Welcome to this week's episode of The Perceptive Readers, a podcast series made in the Product of Culture, aka Pocbooks website's office. Hi, I'm James. A keynote on graduation day when you are feeling wise. Hi, I'm James Lynch, and welcome to this Pocbooks update moment. As we continue with the GWPF book, or the Graduation with Poetry Flair book, I wanted to share another section of the book that actually goes throughout it, and it pertains to a keynote address, a keynote speech. You know those speeches that on graduation day, the principal or valedictorian or even the guest speaker will actually give to not only talk about the main theme of happiness or what you have accomplished over the years, but they will also share some real life business aspects too, depending on who you have there. I mean, I've seen persons who were business leaders, company owners, military commanders, all sorts. Yes, I've been to quite a few of them over the years. I didn't realize just how many I went to. And I can tell you, overall, the keynote speeches always had something that gave the students and even myself something to think about and even to chuckle at times, you see. Now, with that said, this section that I'm telling you about in the book, or sections, actually go throughout the book because you can look in almost every chapter or every other chapter, and you will see a section that says the keynote speech or some other title that I'm giving to it. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that it would actually how can I put it, compile everything that was talked about in that chapter. It may or it may not, depending on or what we were talking about in, that section. But what it will do and what it will have, these anecdotal stories and other unique or interesting facts, I guarantee you some of them, if not all of them, could be used as an example or something that you throw in your speeches for keynote address. Something that might make the whole audience laugh. And I know right now some of you are saying, oh no, you're the only one laughing. Well, if I'm in your audience, I'll laugh louder than everybody else now. Excuse me, that's for another podcast. Okay, I went off on the tangent there. But anyway, some of my jokes are funny. No matter what anybody says, I know they're funny because I've seen people laugh and they didn't have to be paid to laugh. Okay, now let's get back to what this is all about. So just to give you an example of some of these different stories or speeches or otherwise that will be in the book throughout the book in like every other chapter or so. All right. I'm just going to once again read a paragraph, okay, or two of something that I've already posted on the booknet.com website, where you can look me up under Perceptive Reader, or the book you see, Graduation with the Poetry Flair, so that you can end up following, there. So here is an example. And as I said before, I'm going to only read a paragraph or two, and then you can read the rest by going to booknet.net and .com. And I want to really emphasize as well that this is still just in the foreword or introductory section of the book. This is still not chapter 1 yet, okay? But as I mentioned in another podcast, chapter 1 has been started and it is up. So are you ready for this 2 paragraphs of a sample keynote graduation speech, or starting off of what you could do to develop your theme for that day, for that graduation? Here we go. One of my favorite opening phrases from time to time, even in my poetry, is this. Here we go. Men throughout history have appreciated the importance of reading and writing in communities. Do you find yourself more on the creative side of pen to paper usage? Or how about brush to canvas? Then it is a nice time to review your knowledge on the way reading and writing maintains and supports us moving forward to eventually use more than the percentage of our brain that even baffles scientists. Just how wise are you today? Just how wise will you be in 5, 10, 15, or 100 years? We stop right there. So there's your sample of just, some of the expressions in one of the keynote sections of the book, or speeches or stories or what have you that you can look at, but read the rest of it. And again, listen to me, keep sharing. That's at booknet.com, all right? Under Perceptive Reader, that's me, that's the pseudonym. So thank you for being here as always. I look forward to sharing one more section with you this week on the book. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality.